Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we are predicting the Summerslam 2025 match card. I'll be predicting night 1 and night 2, and yes, so let's get straight into this video. Kicking off night 1, I have Asuka versus Io Sky for the Women's World Title. I think this just makes sense. I think this is what they're going to set up towards after Asuka losing the the Queen of the Ring tournament. And yeah, I think this will be a banger match. Kicking off the show to get the crowd rowdy and excited. Great match it would be. And so I think we get Asuka versus Io Sky opening night 1 of SummerSlam. The second match on night 1 would be Penta and LA Knight versus Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. It only makes sense. Penta just lost to Rollins last night in what was a fantastic match. LA Knight has had this feud with Seth Rollins going on right now. And his whole little gang. So I think we see the return of Roman at Saturday night's main event, maybe leading towards something at SummerSlam. But you'll see what I have booked for Roman and what I have booked for Seth, because it's a little different than I might think, and what you guys might think. But we have LA Knight, is not a fan of Seth Rollins or his gang. And then we have Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, Seth Rollins' little bodyguards, and they're going to go after Penta and LA Knight. So next, I have Julia versus Chelsea Green versus Zelina Vega for the Women's U.S. title. She's going to be defending the title for the first time, and I do think it will be against Chelsea Green and Zelina Vega. I think the story's right there. Chelsea Green wants to regain her title, while Zelina Vega is mad that she lost hers. So I think there's a decent story right there if they book it correctly, almost like Lyra, Bayley, and Becky. I think this could be a great feud going into SummerSlam. I think it could be great, and I think it would be a great match as well. I would have Julia retain here probably because, it just makes sense. Chelsea Green and Zelina already had the title. They held it. They don't need it again, and I think Julia is upcoming talent, and she will be great. Next match is Aleister Black versus Ron Killings. Now, I don't think this is going to happen at all because on this day, exactly, August 2nd, Saturday, August 2nd, Ron Killings is actually going to be at this thing called the Speedy Fest, which is in, Broome County, New York or something like that. So, I don't see him being there, but, and they're also having that match go down on SmackDown, but, I just thought maybe there's a chance. I know Aleister Black and Damian have been having some interaction, so, I'm going to switch it out. Either Aleister Black versus Ron Killings or Aleister Black versus Damian Priest. This is probably my most out there prediction and most, shot in the dark. I think Gunther versus Ilya Dragunov for the world title happens. Maybe Ilya returns after Saturday night's main event and challenges Gunther. Who knows? Things can happen like that out of nowhere. On a random Raw, the whole landscape can just be changed. So we'll see. But it's a very out there prediction. This would be a great match. And I would honestly have Ilya going over and getting the title. Next match is Solo versus Jacob versus Jimmy for the United States title. Both United States titles are having a triple threat. I just think both titles can kind of call for a triple threat in this scenario. I think this is going to be a great match. And honestly, I would kind of either throw it back on Jacob or have Jimmy win his first singles title in this match. And then main eventing, night 1, Seth Rollins versus CM Punk in a Hell in a Cell. Now, I'm just going to say this. It can go one of two ways. Hell in a Cell or Last Man Standing. I wasn't going to book it in a Hell in a Cell because CM Punk has already had a Hell in a Cell match with Drew McIntyre, But I think they will do it in a Hell in a Cell. I think it just makes sense. It'll be a great match. They will put on a banger. And, so I do think it will be Seth Rollins versus CM Punk main eventing night 1 in a Hell in a Cell match. So just to recap for my night 1 predictions. Asuka versus Io. Penta and LA Knight versus Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. Julia versus Chelsea Green and Zelina Vega. Aleister Black versus Ron Killings. Gunther versus Ilya. Solo versus Jacob versus Jimmy. Seth Rollins versus CM Punk. Now, I'm confident. Not confident. I'm not like, oh, that's definitely going to be the night 1 main event. Or that's going to be the night 1 card. But I could see it very well being this. Minus 2 or 3 matches off here. But I'm pretty confident in this card. I think I like it. And I think it would be a good card. On to night 2. we have the opener being Dom versus Finn Balor for the IC title, where I would have Finn go over 100%. Finn deserves a new title. Finn needs a title. We've been wanting Finn to get a title for such a long time. He deserves a push, and I think this is where it finally happens. So I would have Dom versus Finn, with Finn winning. Next up, I have the Street Profits defending against Andrade and Rey Fenix, MCMG, Fraxium, and the Wyatt Six. Now, this isn't a ladder match or anything. I think this is just all-out craziness. But, you know, I think we do have to have a ladder match. Scratch everything I just said. It is a ladder match, guys, you know, for the SmackDown Tag Team titles. And honestly, I would have Fraxium win this. They're great. They put on banger matches consistently. The SmackDown Tag Team division is just so beautiful right now. It's just, it brings a tear to my eye. It's fantastic. It's truly fantastic right now. But yes, I would have Fraxium win in this amazing ladder match. It would be so good. And yeah, you know, to get the crowd rowdy. I personally would have it open. I don't know why I put Dom versus Finn, but I think it just makes more sense to have the second position. I think we start with more of like a higher stakes, like, you know, like a big rivalry, and then we just have all chaos. So I do think this would be a great match. I do think this will happen at SummerSlam. Next, we have Karrion Kross versus Sami Zayn in a street fight. Karrion Kross just injured Sami Zayn last night. It was a lot of Braun Breaker too, but he also came out and helped Braun Breaker basically by hitting him in the ribs with a pipe, and setting him up basically for Braun Breaker, because then all Braun Breaker had to do was hit like 3 spears and pin him, and then it was over for Sami. So, Sami got brutalized. He's out indefinitely, which definitely means until like the Raw after SNME. So next week's Raw. I don't know why I didn't just say next week's Raw, but he's definitely out until Saturday night's main event, like the Raw after that. And then he's going to attack Karrion, and it's going to lead into SummerSlam, which should be great. But yeah, in a street fight especially, I think this should have a stipulation. It'll be a fun match. Even if you want to name it like the 5-borough street fight or something. I don't know, like just something. Something relating to New Jersey and New York. But yeah, I think this would be a great match. Next, we have Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill for the WWE Women's title. So now, I think, you know, this is already set in stone. Nothing really to say here, except that Naomi will cash in and will be successful and will win the WWE Women's Championship. Next, we have Roman versus Braun Breaker. Now, I think Braun Breaker's working double duty the first night and then the second night. And this is a little different than what I originally had. I thought it was going to be Roman versus Seth versus Punk again. But then I was like, no, they wouldn't do that. I thought it was going to be Roman versus Seth, but they wouldn't do that. It has to be CM Punk in some way, because I know they're having their feud. Seth Rollins has a feud with literally everybody on the main roster, I'm convinced. But, you know, so yeah, I have Roman versus Braun Breaker, because it's somewhat getting at Seth by taking out his bodyguard. And I do think Braun Breaker has a chance to win here. I think there's a chance of Braun Breaker winning here, but I would probably go with the safe route and go Roman. Maybe Roman with some help, because maybe Braun Breaker calls for shenanigans, the Bronson Reed comes to help, but maybe Sami Zayn, nah, he was just in that street fight. He's yeah. Maybe, you know, like Penta comes out and tries to help, which would be dope. So, you know, like, yeah, I think Roman would win here. Next, I have Bayley versus Lyra versus Becky. I have this as the second match in their little feud thing, because they're having their first match at Evolution, but I think with how this rivalry is going, it's serious. It's getting a little crazy. I don't think it'll just be able to end after one match. I think they'll have to have 2 matches, and I think the second match should have some sort of fun stipulation, maybe an elimination match, something fun. But yeah, I think this would be a great match. You know, I feel like their match at Evolution is going to be great. I feel like this would be great to have 2 matches of. Now, this one is probably my most out there prediction. Rhea and a mystery partner versus the Judgment Day, which is Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez. Now, this is the most out there prediction, but I don't think they can leave Liv Morgan off the card. So give me Rhea and Liv Morgan taking on the Judgment Day, with Liv Morgan returning literally at SummerSlam and helping out Rhea, which is shocking. But she's mad at Dom, she's mad at Raquel, she's mad at Roxanne, and she just wants to help. So, give me Rhea and Liv versus the Judgment Day for the tag titles, with Rhea and Liv winning. Now we have John Cena versus Cody Rhodes 2. WWE title match. Falls count anywhere. So anybody can get involved. I think this is where we see the return of The Rock. I think this is where the stuff starts hitting the fan. You know, it gets crazy. And yeah, so I think that this would be great, you know, if they do it right. If they don't just have Cena, like, you know, they need to have a stipulation here, or else it's cooked. It's over. So if we have like another WrestleMania 40 Bloodline Rules type of thing where everybody starts coming out, maybe Randy Orton comes out, goes to help Cody, but RKO's Cody, setting up a feud once because Cody's gonna win this match. You know, it'd be crazy, but I think in the end, Cody withstands everything that John Cena throws at him. 1, 2, 3. We have a new champion. Cody Rhodes is WWE champion once again. So this is on screen, all my predictions right here. And yeah, so those are all my predictions for night 1 and night 2 of SummerSlam 2025, New Jersey and New York. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you guys did, please do consider liking and subscribing. You know, I'm hoping to be at SummerSlam this year. If I am, you know, you guys will be seeing that vlog. If not, then you guys will probably see my reactions on TikTok and on YouTube. Yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and I will see you guys in the next WWE video.